Every year, as tax season approaches, a mysterious underworld comes to life. The air becomes heavy with con artists and fraudsters' plots, each more devious than the previous. From phishing emails to phony tax preparer schemes, these con artists are out to steal your money. Whether you're an experienced taxpayer or this is your first year filing, this video will show you all you need to know to be safe. Get out your notepads because we're going to explore the murky realm of tax scams and frauds. Tax season has returned, bringing with it an increase in tax-related scams, a problem that must be addressed. Consider the startling amount of 7.8 million suspicious activities identified in just 2022. This frightening information was released by the Identification Theft Tax Refund Fraud Information Sharing Mission and Analysis Center, a critical collaboration comprising the IRS, a number of businesses, and state authorities. Let's take a step back. On a national level, there's been an alarming increase in fraud, and these tax schemes are just one example. Let this sink in. In 2021, scammers defrauded American consumers out of a whopping $5.8 billion. That's a 70% increase over the previous year. This worrisome data comes from the Federal Trade Commission, which is keeping an eye on these shady practices. Because it's more convenient, more people are currently completing their taxes online. According to the IRS, 92% of tax returns were filed electronically in 2017. With everything moving online, cybersecurity is more crucial than ever. This is about more than just keeping a few digits safe. It's about sustaining our financial security in this age of perpetual digital threat. The only approach to defending ourselves from these devious con artists during tax season is to be aware and educated. In the digital age, having strong passwords and dependable authentication techniques is critical for your cybersecurity. It's not just a convenience. Even though we hear it all the time, many of us still don't take the time to develop strong, unique passwords for each of our online accounts. This lax approach towards password security invites a slew of problems, particularly in highly sensitive industries such as tax filing and banking operations. Password managers are strongly suggested by cybersecurity experts. These applications will save all of your login credentials for many websites. They essentially set up a safe deposit box where you can access all of your accounts with a single master password. Using a password manager has two advantages. First, it helps you remember all of your passwords. Second, it allows you to establish unique, complex passwords for each of your accounts. Because a compromised password on one site does not jeopardize your other accounts, the danger of a security breach is considerably decreased. Nonetheless, recent data breaches at a number of well-known password managers have raised concerns. Despite these improvements, cybersecurity experts such as Lisa Pagemeyer maintain that using a password manager in conjunction with multi-factor authentication is the best course of action. MFA boosts security by requiring more than just a password. This might be biometric verification, such as a fingerprint scan or a one-time code sent to your email or phone. Many tax preparation platforms provide multi-factor authentication to protect sensitive financial data. TurboTax, Tax Act, and H&R Block are just a few examples. Although MFA is not necessary on all sites, it is strongly advised. Kathy Pickering, Chief Tax Officer at H&R Block, emphasizes the importance of multi-factor authentication in protecting online accounts from fraudsters. She advocates using a cell phone for MFA because it's both more secure and more efficient than email verification. The requirement for not one, but three unique forms of identification, such as a password, a physical item, like a smartphone or security token, and a user attribute, such as a fingerprint or face recognition, is a major component of MFA. Because an attacker would need more than just your password to get access, this multi-layered strategy considerably reduces the possibility of unauthorized entry. Doing your taxes early is a wise approach to avoid being targeted by identity thieves. It's more than just a task to tick off your to-do list. Lisa Pagemeyer of the National Cybersecurity Alliance emphasizes the importance of this strategy. If you file your taxes ahead of the deadline, the likelihood of tax return fraud is considerably reduced. It's critical to protect your identity and money in this proactive manner. Tax evasion has been around for a long time. During the pandemic, there were numerous unemployment scams in which people misrepresented their identity in order to receive benefits. This is also the foundation for tax return fraud. In this case, scammers will file a fraudulent tax return with false information in order to get your refund. It's a type of cybercrime that focuses on your bank account details. Tax Act is leading the effort to remedy this issue by implementing a new security element that depends on social security numbers. If your phone number has already been used, you'll be alerted immediately. This tool will detect any typos or other errors you may make while entering your social security number, in addition to safeguarding safeguarding you from identity theft. According to TaxAct's VP of Tax Development, Mark Yeager, this makes filing your taxes even more safe. They are vigilant even when they're not on television. TaxAct can detect and alert you if someone has used your social security number to file a return. This device acts as a digital watchdog, monitoring your tax identification across many platforms. The IRS's Identity Protection PIN is yet another effective tool in the fight against tax evasion. You must generate a PIN to ensure that no one else uses your social security number to file a tax return. The IRS has expanded its program to cover anyone who can confirm their identity, including victims of tax-related identity theft. When you have an IP PIN, which is equivalent to having a personalized security code, you have an additional precaution for your tax returns. Nonetheless, the war on dishonesty is far from over. Be on the lookout for bogus emails, texts, and phone calls, especially when filing your taxes. Around this time of year, scammers frequently pose as IRS officials or tax specialists, and the number of victims increases. Nick Donarski, a cybersecurity professional, has issued a warning about the psychological manipulation that these con artists use to exploit your fear and vulnerability. Modern technology, such as ChatGPT, makes it more difficult to detect these scams because they masquerade as real discussions. The golden rule of online security remains: never click on links that you don't know are dangerous. It's your obligation to independently authenticate the validity of any communication about which you have reservations by engaging the proper authorities. The recent increase in scam calls, in which con artists mimic tax experts and lure unwary victims to malicious websites by claiming to have the solution to a tax problem, has prompted cybersecurity expert Katron Evans of InfoSec to issue a warning. Here's a scam call recorded by an Atlanta-based pin drop employee.
Federal Investigation Department?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, is this part of the IRS or something, or?
This is a legal department working for Internal Revenue Service.
Okay. What do you mean by legal? You got me here a little nervous, so I'm trying to find out what's going on.
It's $5,868, the pending amount under your name.
Oh my God.
In few days, the arrest warrants will also be issued under your name.
Arrest warrant? I got an arrest warrant under my name?
You will be getting it soon because you are running out of the situation right now. You have evaded the tax and you are under the criminal records right.
Remember that simply talking on the phone does not imply that it's legitimate. Be on the watch for con artists posing as IRS agents who phone and demand immediate payment using unusual methods such as wire transfers or prepaid debit cards. The IRS has stated numerous times that they do not use this tactic to compel immediate payment. Don't hesitate to report any such incident to the IRS or the Treasury Department's Inspector General. You can call 800-366-4484, 800-877-8339 for TTY TDD users to report any tax frauds. To protect your identity and fortune in the tax field, you must be knowledgeable, cautious, and active. In this digital age, it is critical to be cautious about the security of your home network and computer, especially when dealing with sensitive tasks like tax preparation. Cyber criminals prey on machines running out-of-date software. According to cybersecurity analyst Katron Evans, this flaw is especially visible around tax season, when fraudsters target tax preparation software because of its popularity. Always use the latest versions of your tax software and any add-ons to avoid this. Why? Because security holes are frequently corrected with each update. Hackers find it increasingly difficult to exploit them. As part of this proactive approach, you should also update your operating system and web browser in addition to your tax software. These updates are an important must when it comes to safeguarding oneself against cyber threats. Another important factor is the security of your home network. The simplest and most effective technique is to protect your Wi-Fi network with a strong password. In addition to installing antivirus software, you should update it on a regular basis. These upgrades are developed to protect against current threats in order to keep your digital environment safe. Cybersecurity experts recommend using a virtual private network (VPN) if you need to access sensitive information, such as tax documents, while using public networks. VPNs, which encrypt all of your communication in transit, will secure your online activity from eavesdropping on public networks. It's a critical tool for maintaining privacy and security in less secure digital spaces. The cybersecurity policies of the accounting firm or individual you select to manage your financial data are a critical component of your own data security. Because Because of the development of digital information transmission, cybercriminals are increasingly targeting tax experts. As a result, you should carefully review your accountant's cybersecurity precautions and only work with those firms or individuals who has IRS tax identification number. First and foremost, learn how they keep data safe and secure. Is encryption technology used to protect your personal information? How secure is their location of business, especially if it's run from their home? It's critical to determine whether they are connecting to a secure Wi-Fi network and using a VPN to encrypt data transmission. According to cybersecurity expert Nick Donarski, Google Docs and Google Drive are not safe enough to be utilized for tax documents since they lack encryption. Inquire about your accountant's use of trusted, encrypted file transfer services from firms such as Adobe or Microsoft, as well as safe platforms. Because of this secure transmission and storage process, there will be less danger of unauthorized access to your vital tax documents. Researching and verifying your tax preparer's cybersecurity protocols is more than just good practice. It is critical in today's digital world, where data breaches and cyber attacks are all too common. Keep in mind that you are the first and most important barrier to cybersecurity. Protecting your privacy and security takes knowledge and initiative on your part. A tax return deposited immediately into your bank account has numerous advantages over a paper check, including speed, security, and the elimination of any problems associated with dealing with paper checks. If you choose direct deposit, your tax refund will be deposited directly into your bank account. This is in stark contrast to the traditional method of receiving a refund in the form of a printed check in the mail. There are numerous issues that can emerge while using the standard technique. Checks, for example, can be lost in transit, delayed due to postal service inefficiency, or even stolen. These issues may not only be inconvenient, but they may also make it more difficult for you to obtain the money you deserve. Direct deposit eliminates these concerns. You can have your refund deposited immediately into your bank account to eliminate the trouble and potential delays connected with letter delivery. In other words, because of this, you won't have to wait as long for your funds, sometimes even days sooner than with a check. Furthermore, direct deposit has an inherent security benefit. Because a tangible check cannot be lost or stolen, you may be confident that your finances and personal information are secure. Setting up a direct deposit to collect your tax refund is simple. When you submit your taxes with the IRS, all you have to do is provide them with your banking information, including your account number and routing number. Whether you utilize an electronic filing system or a paper return, this is doable. Once everything is in order, your refund will be deposited into the account you specified. How long it takes will be determined by how long it takes the IRS to process your return. But be aware of the fake emails about tax refunds and don't click any links in the email. Check out properly if the email is from an official IRS email before clicking any other malware link. Talking about the direct deposits, it has the potential to get your federal tax refund up to 5 days earlier with select banks, such as GoToBank. This early access capability can be extremely useful if you intend to spend your refund on urgent expenses or just simply want faster service. Direct deposit allows you to receive more than simply your federal tax return. Another option that numerous states have made it easier for you to obtain your money back is to have it deposited straight into your bank account. So that's all the time we had today, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon on your way out. We'll see you all next time.